No. Episode 4 of the Broadcast Boys podcast. Welcome back to another brilliant episode. Deuce, what's going on this week?
A lot. We got plenty to talk about today. Happy to see y'all again.
Deuce, I did not know you were an avid wearer of beanies without the ear flaps.
I'm trying it. I like it.
You're rocking it to perfection, I must say.
You see it.
It's a quarterback frenzy in the NFL right now. Derek Coche has taken his talents to New Orleans. Not like we give a shit.
I could have sworn he was going to be a Jet, though.
Apparently, his first choice was the Jets, which has me believing that Aaron Rodgers is destined to be in the green and white.
Oh, that makes sense.
Apparently, they're meeting with him in L.A. right now to go over terms, details, and arrangements.
So I guess 2 years of Aaron Rodgers is better than 4 or 5 years of Derek Carr?
First of all,
You tell me, brother.
let's not address him by Derek Carr. He's Derek Coche in this room.
Derek Coche? All right, my
Derek
fault.
Coche seems average at best. His team was solid in Oakland, and they didn't really do shit. Aaron Rodgers, we had Brett Favre at the same stage in his career, and there's no way that Brett Favre was better than Aaron Rodgers is right now.
Didn't Coche, get his best friend, Devontae Adams, and the best receiver in the league, come to his team and then, never threw him the ball?
That had nothing to do with him, though. They traded him to that team, and he just didn't happen to be the best quarterback. The game I went to in Denver, he's caught 2 or 3 wide-open touchdown passes.
Devontae?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Coche had the weapons and couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done. And now he's going to try and fill the shoes of Jameis Winston?
That's the thing. So who do you want? You want Jameis Winston? You want Aaron Rodgers? Who else is available? Lamar Jackson would have to be some sort of sign-and-trade arrangement.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers would be cool, but I feel like, didn't we do that where we got an over-the-hill quarterback from fucking Green Bay in Brett Favre?
Yeah, and he was amazing until he got hurt. We were 8-3. We were playoff bound, and they lost.
I do remember that.
5 or 6 straight games when we missed the playoffs. But as I just said, I believe Aaron Rodgers is at a better stage of his career than Brett Favre.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He's 39, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess he doesn't look too great. That shouldn't be too surprising.
I mean, he got Shailene Woodley. He looked good enough.
He did have her. They've been broken up for a minute now.
Breaks my fucking
But
heart.
we'll get into that in a little later, little preview right there. But people are concerned about Aaron Rodgers, the New York media. He does seem to be offended by anything.
I mean, that's that. What's that drug he take? Ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca, yeah. So people are concerned he just got out of a darkness retreat. He has some controversial stances on COVID, a.k.a. he just lied about getting vaccinated.
Yeah, and then he dressed up like Nicolas Cage in Con Air and thought we would forget about it. But we didn't. That was still a good move.
That was atop his controversy list. But with that said, for anyone concerned about Aaron Rodgers coming to New York and his character and his morals, let's not forget the same brother we got from Green Bay, Brett Favre, sent unsolicited dick pics to a New York Jets sideline reporter. So is taking ayahuasca worse than that?
Well, Brett Favre's also done a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah, should we go? He sent unsolicited dick pics. He stole welfare money from the state of Mississippi to build his daughter a new volleyball stadium. Are you kidding me?
And we all know that Wranglers are a shoddy product.
Are they?
I don't know. Just
No,
felt like
I
saying
will
that.
miss those commercials, though.
Yeah, he always looked like he was having a great time playing quarterback for those family barbecues.
So as Aaron Rodgers' career has gone on, he's definitely gotten weirder and weirder as time goes by. But
Yeah.
you tell me, is he weirder than these NFL superstars throughout history?
Okay, say less. Let's get it.
First off, we got Tom Brady, who's never had a cup of coffee, goes to bed at 8:30 p.m., wakes up at 3:30 a.m. to watch game film.
That just means he's dedicated. He's the GOAT. That's not weird.
That's not weird. Sounds like a fucking loser to me, bro. Make
That
some
ain't
time
weird.
for your family. No wonder shit went south.
Who got time for family when you got rings to chase?
Brady also claims to be the most hydrated man in the world, a claim I will dispute because I do think it could be myself.
Nah, you do really be bodying water sometimes. I thought I was different, but you might be a whole nother level.
And sources say he has his life planned out to the very second.
Tom Brady? Mm-hmm. To the second?
To the second.
I don't believe that. But if he does, that's pretty fucking impressive, if you ask me.
All right, so you're really just all about Tom Brady.
I
You're
love
impressed
Tom
by these
Brady. You
stats.
ain't gonna find me saying a bad thing about Tom Brady. I love
It's
him.
not necessarily bad. It's just a little bit strange, a little bit odd.
Well, yeah, but who isn't odd, bro?
R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle.
Those are gods.
I mean, I guess if we're talking football players, they're definitely all psychologically, emotionally, and physically damaged.
I think there are weirder people than Tom Brady, and I think
No,
you
that was
have
just
them
the
on your
first one.
list.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Ocho Cinco took Viagra before every game to increase his explosiveness.
You see, that's fucking weird.
I should have maybe led with that one.
Not drinking, choosing not to drink coffee is not nearly as weird as taking, Viagra before a game.
Fair enough. I don't see how that possibly could be effective.
I don't understand. Well, first of all, I've never taken the product, so I don't really necessarily know what it does to you aside from what it's supposed to do to you. So if that's one of the perks of taking it, I mean, I guess good strategy, but like,
Maybe it's only effective when you're aroused, and if you're not aroused, it just channels all of that energy into pure focus on the gridiron. And if that's the case, it could be a genius move.
yeah, I guess so. But I also don't know if I want to be on the gridiron getting killed while I'm,
Yeah, it's not worth the risk. Because, some of these guys have great physiques.
for real.
You never know.
And they're wearing skin-tight pants. Ain't nobody want to see that.
This isn't as weird, but Ocho Cinco also ate McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and still had the physique of a Greek god.
Okay. Now, that's very weird, but are we sure that that's real?
I cannot verify I have all access to his dietary information, but
That's true.
he's gone on record for years saying this is more or less a fact.
I mean,
Even if we brought that down to 50%, that's still incredibly impressive for a professional athlete.
I was about to say that. So if he claims that he eats it for every meal, that's weird as shit. But even if he does it half the time, to be able to be in the NFL is very, very impressive.
Antonio Brown, he's got a laundry list of misdeeds, but this one really stuck out to me.
My man, Tony.
He pulled up to the Raiders training camp in a hot air balloon, but then couldn't practice because he suffered frostbite in California.
Wait, did he get frostbite on the hot air balloon?
Now that I'm talking about it, that does add up.
What the fuck? So he went too high up in the air, he got frostbite on his feet?
I mean, think about it. There's no protection in that hot air balloon. First of all, I don't know why you would ever do that. But it must be cold up there, no? Imagine opening up the emergency exit. It must be freezing. Planes are already freezing.
Emergency exit for a hot air balloon that thought it was just a basket.
I'm saying comparatively, how cold are you on a plane? Shit can get freezing.
yeah. No, it's freezing by the
Emergency exits.
emergency
Hello?
exit door. I never knew how he got frostbite on his feet because I've seen the photos and I'm forever scarred from it. But finding out that he got it on a hot air balloon, it just makes it even more ridiculous. And I kind of respect him for it.
All right. Terrell Owens claims to have been misquoted in his own autobiography. Why are receivers so different?
It took me a second. He wrote it. So he misquoted himself?
He did write it, but none of these guys actually write it. They tell their stories to a ghostwriter who puts it together. But there's no chance he didn't have a final look at the edit and just didn't look at it.
There's no way he read it. He told his story and had the guy write it and then put it out and never read it.
And once a press release came out, then he said, oh, look, I was misquoted.
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
Okay.
My man T.O.
Ricky Williams. Remember the brother?
Yeah.
Superstar running back for the Dolphins at the time, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He retired at the peak of his powers after testing positive for the Loud Pack, moved to Australia, and spent $7 a day to live in a tent and study holistic medicine, literally in the middle of his prime.
Why would he do that?
He had a higher purpose in life.
I guess so. No, I don't understand athletes who are, gifted by the gods to be able to do what they do and then call it quits so early in their career. I mean, there's got to be something going on. But if they weren't letting him smoke the Loud Pack and he wanted to go kind of expand his mind, we can't fault a brother for that.
That's what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now. But
Exactly.
He happens to be snitching on himself to the whole league. It's just a new time, new era.
He's just far out of his prime, even though he did win an MVP like a year ago.
But if he comes to the Jets, I say he's right back in his prime because we had the offensive and defensive rookie of the year, which is insane to me, and I just found out.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Brees.
No, I knew that. I knew that too.
No, I knew that.
No, it wasn't Brees.
Brees Hall.
No, he got hurt in like week 4.
It was, who was it, Elijah Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Elijah Wilson?
Elijah Moore.
And Sauce.
Casual-ass Jet fan. I just exposed myself.
Yeah, but we've reserved the right to root for the Jets when they're good because it's been 30 years.
I can't do Knicks and Jets. You kidding me?
And Mets? Yeah, I've
I'm
definitely
merely
reserved.
a man, one person.
I've reserved the right to root for my teams when they're playing above 500. And I think that's fair. Honestly, maybe like 10 games below 500 is my cutoff.
Yeah, I guess. The last time I remember really caring about the Jets, like really, really caring about them, was my man Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, so we're front runners.
Of course.
But so be it. It's not like they had a chance to win anyway.
But we own up to it, though. We don't be fronting, so.
There was a player on the Jaguars, a defensive tackle named John Henderson. You may have seen this video, but to get pumped up before games, his trainer would just slap the shit out of him repeatedly.
Oh, I've seen those videos.
Yeah.
I've seen those videos. I kind of fuck with that.
I love it.
He just like, when you getting punched in the mouth every play in football, so why not take a slap from the offensive coordinator?
Jack Hacksaw Reynolds.
John Hacksaw.
I was doing some research. After his unbeaten Tennessee Volunteers lost 38-0 to Ole Miss, he took his anger out by sawing a Chevy pickup in half with a hacksaw. It took him 2 days and 12 hours.
Damn, he must have really been upset about something.
You like him getting his anger out like that as opposed to other ways?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a constructive way of doing it.
What about Clinton Portis? You remember his shtick after games?
No.
He would just take every post-game interview in character, in a different character.
What were the characters?
These are just a few. There's so many more where that came from. Doctor, I don't know. Dollar Bill. Sheriff gonna get you. Kid Bro Street and Inspector 22.
Inspector 22?
Inspector 22.
I might have to steal that. But Doctor I don't know is fire because did he just respond I don't know to every question?
I did not get any more details than that.
Doctor I don't know. I might have to adopt that and Inspector 22. Coming to next week's podcast. Stay tuned.
So are any of these little stories, this little information, worse than what Aaron Rodgers is up to? Should Jets fans really be concerned when I just read a laundry list of ridiculousness?
Absolutely not. And I don't know how much Jets fans were concerned. I feel like most of us are down for Aaron Rodgers. And the NFL is where weird happens. You know what I mean? NBA, where amazing happens. NFL, everyone's a fucking psychopath.
I feel like New Yorkers are concerned about Aaron Rodgers' politics as well. But hello, what about Peyton Manning?
Yeah, I mean,
first of all, I don't even really care what he believes in. You can't tell me that Peyton Manning's not a good guy.
Peyton Manning, it seems like a super solid dude. I got nothing but good things to say about him. And why do we care so much about how he feels about shit that doesn't have to do with football?
Stick to sports.
He's a football player. You know what I mean? Like, if he comes out and says some shit, then fine. You could just ignore his ass.
I feel like people have a problem with Aaron Rodgers because he carries himself as if he's one of the foremost geniuses of this generation.
Yeah.
And that is a little annoying.
I mean, there's a lot of condescending athletes like that these days who have a social media page and a following and think that because people love them and then look to them and respect them and listen to them, that they can say whatever the fuck they want and that the people are going to swear that it's Bible. And it's not the case.
All I know is I will take the bad man on the New York Jets any day of the week, especially because we will be on First Take. We need to get more into the First Take discussions.
Of course.
I want to see my teams being debated by JJ, by Perk, maybe not Perk.
No.
And of
Perk
course,
too.
the great, the honorable Molly Karam.
Yeah, we need all of them. We need all of them because if Aaron Rodgers was in New York on the Jets, Stephen A. Smith is going to throw a fucking parade. He's going to be so happy, so excited. At least I think so, right? I don't know how he feels about Aaron Rodgers.
He loves Aaron Rodgers.
He still loves Aaron Rodgers?
He's a bad man.
Yeah, okay.
But Skip would always take Brady over him.
Yeah, well, Skip is a troll.
So Aaron Rodgers has had a bunch of high-profile relationships. So maybe he's used to being in the tabloids. I'm sure he is. Everything he says is for tabloid fodder. So we're going to go through some quarterbacks or some NFL players and their elite celebrity girlfriends. I want you to rank them 1 to 10 so we can determine the all-time greatest celebrity-athlete couple.
All right, let's get it.
We have a lot, though, so it might be hard to keep track of.
I'll write it down.
Our first celebrity couple. Let's start with Tom Brady and Giselle, the one that got away. For Tom, not Giselle, because good Lord, she could do way better than him.
So for them, I'll give them an 8.5.
Solid. You know, people are theorizing Tom Brady might return to the NFL and play for the Dolphins, but maybe the only place he's returning is home.
He did say he just adopted a cat and for his daughter.
Really?
And it's going to take up a lot of his time, so he's not coming back to the NFL.
I feel like cats are the least time-consuming animal out there.
Well, when they're a kitten,
Really?
you got to raise them.
It's a kitty?
I don't know. I've never had a cat, but I imagine that any baby anything requires a lot of time.
They're a baby for like 2 weeks. I don't really know how cat years work.
I don't know how that works,
to the
man.
dogs.
But he has a cat and he wants to spend time with his daughter.
All right, next up, the one that got away to our current NFL power couple, Russell Wilson and Sierra.
I'll give them a 7.
Only 1.5 less than Brady and Giselle?
You must say because they're good,
And they're
and
current.
he treats her right. If she's happy after dealing with what she had to deal with Future, to go to this God-fearing brother.
And Bow Wow and Amari were the 3 previous boyfriends before Russell Wilson. So
If only she met this version of Amari, because he seems so at peace.
next, this was brief but beautiful romance. Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson. Now, I don't want you to think about what happened. I want you to think about what was for this one.
I'm gonna give this one a 5. Giving this one a 5. I think Tony could do better. I've never been a Jessica Simpson guy.
Really?
Tony could do better.
Damn. All right, fine. Tony Romo
Those
and Carrie.
boots are not made for walking, Jess. I'm sorry. I'm not with you.
Then you tell me if he did do better. Tony Romo and Carrie Underwood.
Oh, that's a major step up if you ask me. Carrie's an American Idol winner. She's a country music star. She also has a really good name. Carrie Underwood is a good name.
That one could have lasted, but didn't. All right, what about this one?
Yeah.
This was young puppy love, Matt Leinart at the peak of his powers at USC.
That's
and
hot.
Paris Hilton.
Ooh.
2 gods in their respective lane. I don't know what Paris
What
Hilton's
year was
lane is.
this?
He was in college. She was
And she was top of the
whatever
world.
she was doing.
Okay, so if we're
One night in Paris.
if we're taking it back in time to when they were both at the peak of their powers, then yeah, I got to give them. They're not Tom Brady, Giselle level. I'm giving them I give them a 7.5.
Ooh, to me, that's like a 9.5. But this ain't on me.
Saying on me, I'm reserving because I need to hear all these couples. There's a 10 out there. I haven't heard it yet.
What about Aaron Rodgers and Danica Patrick?
I didn't even know they went out.
It might have been more than a year. They were at Bucks games courtside. Yeah, they were definitely a big item.
Wow, Danica Patrick. She's a pioneer in NASCAR.
Yeah, she Amelia Earhart in NASCAR.
Yeah. She's a pioneer. And then, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Together, they were probably powerful. I'll give them a 7.5 too.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're the best couple, but to me, they're the hottest couple on this whole damn list.
Okay.
Reggie Bush and Kim Kardashian.
That's a good-looking couple right there. Reggie's obviously a specimen, and then Kim, back then, she hadn't had all her, let's just say she didn't look the way she does now back then, but she was still a beautiful girl. So, yeah, I'll give them an 8.
A-Rod J-Lo. This is the narcissistic couple.
I want to give them like an 8.5, just like Giselle and Tom, because when they were together, and I thought that it was working, I was like, yo, good for A-Rod, man. Finally, he's out of Jeter's shadow. Jeter was shitting on him for years, and then now he took home the queen of the Bronx in J-Lo. But then I realized toward the end of their relationship that they're both pretty out of their minds. I want to give them an 8.5 like Tom and Giselle, but I'm going to bump them down to a 7.5 because they were just toxic for each other.
Okay, next up.
Yeah.
Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe.
That's a 10.
It's flawless.
That's a 10.
Two ladies at the top of their respective games. What more could you ask for?
Look,
loyalty, beauty, passion, compassion.
They're gorgeous too, both of them. They're beautiful. I know we don't play on the same team, but objectively speaking, they are beautiful women, and they belong together. And Megan Rapinoe's style, both of their style is impeccable. They both are just fly. You know what? Salute to y'all. Nothing but blessings, 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 blessings.
Mia Hamm and Nomar Garcia Parra. People sleep on this couple often.
Oh my God.
You want to talk about top of the game? That might even be even more formidable than the previous couple.
There was a 5-year span where Nomar was the man.
And I feel like he was a respectable Red Sox. I feel like people did not like him.
No, everyone liked Nomar.
Even Yankee fans.
Because back then it was A-Rod, Jeter, and Nomar.
Because they had a shirtless photo all together.
I'm not going to go full 10, unfortunately, just because they're not
out there.
They're not out there anymore. But if you're going to be a 10, you need to be box office. You need to be I need to know who you are. I need to know what you're up to.
Okay, fair enough.
They're a 9.
D Wade and Gabby Union.
D Wade and Gabby Union.
Gabby Wade and Dwayne Union.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there wasn't a happier time in my life than when those two got together.
She looks exactly the same as Bring It On. Her career confuses me because that's literally the only thing I've ever seen her in.
No, she's got hits. She's got a bunch of shit.
Just might not be from my demographic of
definitely
people.
Not. One time for Gabby Union, who's a full 10 years older than Dwayne Wade, and you wouldn't have any idea. She's had it since Bring It On, and even before that. So those two, another 10.
All right. David and Victoria Beckham.
Oh, aren't they still together?
Of course. Hello.
Yeah, I'm talking about a Spice Girl and one of the greatest footballers of all time. 10.
Easy.
Say no more.
Kuzma and Winnie Harlow. Current. Hot. Fresh.
Okay. So let me just say this. They're great. They're fantastic. They're hot together. They're both super fashionable. I need to see more from them. More longevity. More Instagram photos. More vacations. And then they can be 10 status. Right now, 8.5 with Tom and Giselle.
I mean, scheduling for famous couples must be impossible. I never understood how Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson spent any time together.
Yeah, no, I don't get it at all. I think Pete Davidson probably cleared his fucking schedule. He was probably so sprung. He was so sprung that he probably, whatever he needed to do to be around her, he was doing it.
All right, last two couples.
Okay.
We have major 10 potential right here.
Okay.
Mello and Lala.
Oh, my. 11.
Yeah, I think to me that
11.
is just the ultimate celebrity athlete couple. Maybe the ultimate couple, even though they're not together.
They grew up together and stayed together. They raised a kid together. And while they broke up or whatever, they have very much a vibe like they're still very close friends, which kind of reminds me of my parents, which is why I love them so much. Because they are always, when Kion got something going on, they're together. They're at the games together. They're taking flicks together. It seems like they very much have an understanding. They're doing their own thing, but they're close friends, and they're raising a son together. And Melo's the king of fucking New York, and my uncle. 10, 11, 12.
What I love about them is after all these years, you could see it in their eyes, they definitely love each other.
Oh, 100%.
Even if it's no longer physical or romantic because Melo is a certified dog.
Yeah.
Last couple, Shump and Tiana Taylor.
Oh, I love them. They're mad funny. They both have great personalities. And didn't they do that music video together?
She was in the Kanye video.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Fade video.
yeah.
Bro, she wilded in that.
Well, they're both elite athletes, and they both have a lot of skills outside of their main discipline.
Oh, and Iman Shumpert is one of the greatest storytellers in the world.
Whenever I come across Shump on TikTok, you cannot skip that story.
No,
you can't skip that video.
Not. What is you on? He's talking about telling the Kobe story. They're a 10, easy 10. What do we got? 3 10s?
David and Victoria Beckham.
Yeah.
Mello and Lala. Shump and Tiana, and I believe Subert and Megan Rapinoe was it.
All 4 of those, they deserve 10.
We love it. We need to see some more. Jalen Brunson and Iggy Azalea next.
I got nervous when I saw her talking to him because I don't want her taking his focus off what needs to be focused on, and that's the season.
I'm fully convinced he has no idea who he's being introduced to after these games.
Yeah, I mean, I think he knows Iggy Azalea.
Iggy Azalea. She's not that big of a superstar. You think he knows John B?
I know, but I feel like people pay attention to attractive women, so I think Iggy Azalea is known to these fellas.
And attractive men. Shout out Chase Stokes.
Like, I'm an NBA players. You know what I mean?
Do you remember when Melo came into the league? He was caught on camera in a stop snitching video.
I don't remember that. I was 12.
But that reminds me of the Ja Morant scenario that's being played out right in front of our eyes.
Oh, Ja Morant.
He could definitely learn from Melo, who was about that life or supposedly about it. I mean, he is from Baltimore.
Yeah.
But transitioned into a businessman, an incredible father, person, philanthropist.
I also just think, bro, it's the time, bro. Back then, people weren't able to pay attention to a player's every move. Everything that these players do now is recorded or can be found or seen or whatever. It's just like the things that players in the 90s, early 2000s, 80s, what they got away with, you know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson, if he was up to the shit that he was up to in the 80s now, it would be like Tristan Thompson on 10.
Time, way more than that.
But I'm saying in terms of like publicly just like acting up.
What about Allen Iverson? It would go from Stephen A. having to literally spy on you and track your every move and report about it in the Philadelphia Inquirer, where he worked for 16 years as a beat reporter before he got a start at the Daily News. Started the Daily News. Yeah, it would be a joke.
I kind of was not a fan of the weird energy coming from the Grizzlies as a whole at the start of the season. And then also again when Ja was kind of with this like really aggressive, like tough guy energy.
Disrespectful.
And now it's just gotten to a point where like instead of me thinking he's corny, I'm kind of just like worried about him because I do love his game and he has such a promising career ahead of him that it's kind of, no one wants to see this dude's career be ended at 23 years old because he's like doing some silly shit online and like portraying something that he feels like he needs to based on where he's from. And like, granted, we don't know about his life. And I know there have been videos of people saying that he grew up, like Clarence from 8 Mile, where he went to a private school and his parents were together and all this nice stuff. But like, we don't know anybody. We don't know anybody's full story is what I'm going to say. So about Ja Morant, I just hope that he has, at least now, because he was holding the blicky like it was a dirty tissue on live and like it was no problem. And like now could be losing the rest of this season, right? And then like all this money that he can be losing. It's just, it's sad stuff. And I just wish him the best. And I hope that he gets his stuff together. And I hope everybody that's in his corner has his best interest at heart. That's what I got to say about that.
And T. Morant needs to make sure his son stays out of the spotlight. Big time.
Yeah, man.
But he's in front row at every game. How is he not getting guidance? Because he definitely wants to be a little superstar himself.
Yeah, I mean, y'all say all that shit about LeVar Ball, but Lonzo and LaMelo ain't doing Ja Morant shit.
No, but their careers are pretty much over.
That's not
LiAngelo,
true.
sorry. Lonzo and I don't know if Lonzo's ever going to play again.
Well, I mean, that's
No,
sad
nothing because of his skill
injury.
set. Nothing because of his skills.
Yeah, no, it's sad because of his injury. And LaMelo also got injured as well. So, like, that's fat. But they have a long careers ahead of them. They're
hope
25 years old.
Lonzo's
and LaMelo's 22.
LaMelo, I hope so. Lonzo's missed 2 straight seasons.
I mean,
in his
it's
prime.
Tough. It's tough.
People are saying because LeVar made him run up Chino Hills every day, 5 times a day, that his knees are fucked.
I heard that. And that could very well be the case. I'm going to let the trainers out there, Joey Swole, let us know. And I'm going to let y'all tell it and let me know.
This man was doing nothing wrong.
I love Joey Swole, though.
I do, too.
His message.
He has a great message.
His message and his overall, like, how he's just a good dude.
Very welcome. If he was my personal trainer, I'd be a fucking problem.
Joey Swole. Make it happen.
Have you heard of the Vanderpump Rules drama that's taken over the internet?
Luke, you know this, but maybe people at home will be surprised. I've never watched an episode of Vanderpump in my life.
First and foremost, do you respect reality TV?
Oh, come on, of course.
Well, do you, though?
I do.
Have you ever watched a Bravo program?
But that's not the only reality TV out there. I like competition reality TV, The Challenge, Are You the One, Real World, a couple of those Netflix shows.
So can you concede no one does it better than Bravo? It would be hard for you to do that if you never watched it.
I've never watched it, so I wouldn't know, but I do know that that's what they're known for. They don't really do anything else but reality, so I got to give it to Bravo.
True, yeah, it's more lifestyle. But Vanderpump Rules is not fake. Out of all the reality shows, the shit is not fake. The premise is kind of Friends, the television show, but in real life. And they're all sick fucks. And you grow up with them and see all the crazy shit, cheating, lying that they've done throughout the years. But what just happened goes beyond anything we've ever seen in the scope of reality television.
Break that shit down for me one time.
I'll try my best. This could be really tough. All right.
Get the visual cues.
Okay, Deuce, it's time to explain the Shakespearean drama that is Vanderpump Rules, because the brother Willie could not script it any better. The show started with 3 core couples.
Okay.
Jackson Stassi, Tom and Katie, and another Tom and Kristen. They're 2 Toms.
Okay, 2 different Toms.
2 different Toms.
Jackson Stassi is one of the most reality show couple names I've ever heard.
Yeah, they were never together in the show. They were just breaking up when the show started.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
So Jackson Stassi broke up. Now, Jax, Tom, and Tom, it's a trio. They're all best friends.
Okay. 3 good guys.
Stassi, Katie, and Kristen. No, 3 horrible guys, but incredible reality villains.
Okay.
Stassi, Katie, and Kristen are also best friends, the witches of WeHo. Okay? Jax and Stassi break up. Boom.
Okay.
But Tom and Kristen are still together.
Oh.
They're still together.
True love.
True love. So so Jax is best friends with Tom. Stassi's best friends with Kristen.
Uh-huh.
Jax is single. Goes over to Tom and Kristen's apartment. Tom is taking a nap. Jax hooks up with his best friend's girlfriend and his ex's best friend at the same time.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, so Jax is a scumbag.
Yes.
Or a boss.
Kind of. Okay? So Tom is heartbroken, but in the meantime, he's already cheating on Kristen with Ariana.
Well, so Tom was already doing his dirt.
Yeah, but he projects himself to be an incredible person on TV, when in reality, we know he's a fucking scumbag. He's a weasel.
Oh, shit.
Also, he has a cover band.
Wait, how did he find out about Jax and his girl?
After I don't know how it happened, but 2 years of rumors, it all came to a halt at the season 2 finale where he punched Jax in the face. He was bleeding his ass off. Yeah, he was bleeding big time.
Let's get it.
Also, let's keep in mind that while these 2 were dating, Jax impregnated a stripper in Las Vegas.
That came out of nowhere. All right.
Okay, that was season 1, season 2 drama, okay?
All right.
So after that, Tom and Ariana are actually cool. They're dating for like 7 years. Kristen moves on to DJ James Kennedy.
DJ James Kennedy.
DJ James Kennedy, who's a Brit.
I'm familiar with his work.
Who's a Brit and a god. Okay? Kristen cheats on him a million times. Whatever, not a big deal. Then James ends up getting with Raquel, who's this ditzy, blonde pageant winner, okay?
All right.
So Tom and Ariana have been together for, at this point, 8 to 10 years since all this drama unfolded, which you don't know about.
I don't know about
They bought a house together. They have a cocktail book together.
So they're building.
They own property. They're not married because she doesn't believe in marriage. She doesn't want kids, but essentially they're together.
Yeah. Sure.
So James and Raquel get engaged.
Wait. But what happened to Shorty over here? Kristen didn't get with James?
No, Kristen got with James. It was horribly toxic.
It was a fling.
She cheated on him with a million other people.
Okay, so it wasn't even
They
real.
both cheated on each other. It was, I think he dated her to get on the show.
It was lust, not love.
If you can call it that, yeah. Now, where the hell am I? Man.
So James and Raquel are together.
James and Raquel are together currently.
Tom and Ariana
have
still
been
together?
Tom and Katie actually do get married.
Okay.
But then they recently got divorced. Damn. So James and Raquel call off their engagement. What does Tom Schwartz do? First thing he does?
Raquel?
Gets with Raquel.
Not DJ James.
DJ James Kennedy is DJ James Kennedy is one of the biggest pieces of shit you've ever met. So don't worry about him.
Okay.
Do not worry about him.
So Tom divorces Katie, and now he's with Raquel. And
He just hooked up with her. That's a storyline this season, just a hookup. So now, what was unearthed just this weekend, that's been getting the internet in a fucking frenzy, in a tizzy. So Tom and Ariana have been together for a minute, right?
Uh-huh.
The drama all this season was that Tom Schwartz, newly divorced, is hooking up with Raquel.
Right.
Keep in mind, Tom and Tom are best friends, right?
Yeah. No.
But now, this is where it gets interesting. After 10 years together,
No.
Tom Sandoval was caught in a 7-month affair with Raquel, including sleeping together while his wife was sleeping in the next room.
And there's cameras on all of this?
There was not. They just picked them back up and they're starting filming again. But now people are theorizing that Tom hooking up with Raquel was a diversion made up by Tom Sandoval to distract from the fact they've been engaging in a 7-month affair.
So Tom was doing other Tom a solid by
We
claiming?
think so. This Tom is a little bitch boy and he'll do anything. They've been covering for each other for years. For years.
God, all right,
One more
wait a minute.
thing. In season 4, while Tom and Ariana were together,
It's season 4.
Kristen unearthed evidence that Tom was hooking up with Miami girl.
Another random Miami girl.
Just a random Miami girl. And he was just denying till he died the whole time. Him and Ariana had like a pact. Miami girl pulls up to the restaurant to confront Tom and Ariana. And now people are looking back in retrospect. Their reaction was very weird. They just got up and left. So now people are theorizing that he definitely fucked Miami girl, and all accusations about the brother have been true for years. But this guy, Tom Sandoval, who hooked up with Raquel, has been portraying himself to be the moral high ground of the show for 10 years, and he's been getting the hero edit the whole time. Based off this beautiful art, does that not sound like an incredible show? Every single cast member has cheated on their partner, been cheated on, lied, or done something disgusting. And now Tom Sandoval, he just opened up a bar. He's doing a worldwide tour of his fucking shitty-ass cover band called Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras. And now it looks like everything is going down in flames.
All right, biggest question
Is how do I know all of this?
is, how do you keep track of all of this over 10 years?
I really do consider myself an expert. I feel like I've seen every season at least twice.
This is pretty crazy to me. There's a lot of messy mingling in here. And all I'm going to say is that Kristen, she deserved better.
No, she did not. No.
Damn, I just picked one and hoped that
Well,
that
keep
line
in
would
mind,
work.
this all started. Kristen fucked her best friend's ex while dating someone
right.
in the other room.
All right, so who's like the most innocent on the board?
Katie Maloney.
Katie Maloney.
Stassi.
But she's boring.
Yeah, but it's good to be boring sometimes.
Not a reality TV,
And
man.
her husband was like, the second they got married, the next weekend, he was making out with girls in the club.
Damn.
Any other questions?
The show sounds intense. Sounds like college, dog.
Now, these were some impeccable cheating accusations that turned out to be true. But what about infidelity in professional sports, Deuce?
Well, let's talk about it, Luke.
Now, this seems like ages ago at this point, but D'Angelo Russell's back in LA, and the main reason he was traded, people forget, he recorded Nick Young admitting to cheating on Iggy Azalea and broadcasted to the whole world for whatever reason I do not know.
Was he live or did he post it?
Posted it.
Okay, so if you're live, you can't help what somebody says when you're on live. But posting means you heard it back and was like, I'm still throwing this up. Yeah, D-Lo was a bozo for that.
This might be my personal favorite. Matt Barnes receives a FaceTime from one of his twins and says, Daddy, your friend Derek's over. He said, Derek's over? So Matt Barnes drives 30 hours, pulls up on Derek Fisher, and it's an all-out brawl from there in their backyard.
Yeah, I remember when he broke that down in that interview. It was
So
so funny. He was
good.
like, I hopped the fence and then boom, stuck him. It was just like,
Another great storyteller.
yeah, Derek Fisher was not trying to fight at all because he knew he was in the wrong and he also knew he would get his ass beat. So Derek Fisher ruined the Knicks for a couple of seasons. So I'm on Team Matt Barnes. All the smoke.
I'm not saying he's in the right. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Matt Barnes and that woman were not together for a few years, correct? Had
Sure.
not been together. Were him and Derek Fisher that good of friends?
I mean, they were teammates together. Maybe they were pretty good friends. I don't know.
So I would say it's pretty comparable to one of those situations.
Probably it sounds like a Vanderpump situation. I'm just saying that even if, like, and granted, Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes are probably not as close as friends as you and I are, but like, you break up with a girl, even 3 years from now, like that seems to be all. Not even break up with a girl. Excuse me. You break up with the mother of your children, and I think that girl's off limits for the rest of their life.
This one is slept on, but truly despicable. Tony Parker, superstar of the San Antonio Spurs, dating the hottest woman in the game at the time in Eva Longoria,
Yep.
and goes and sleeps with Brent Barry, a role player's wife.
Yeah, that's some. I mean, like they say, French people in the language of French is the language of love. So he might just be a fucking dog and can't help himself. But to cheat on Eva Longoria, who at the time was was it. I think that was like peak like Desperate Housewives
She was
time.
the Desperate Housewife.
Yeah, OD. And then for him to go off and just, and I don't know what Brent Barry's wife looks like. Nor does that matter. It just like to go off and do that when you got something good at home like that, it just shows that he probably just has an issue and he probably just out here slanging.
Okay, now, infamous, out in public, the audacity, the unmitigated gall of Tristan Thompson, a.k.a. Third Trimester Tristan, one of the most savage nicknames in American sports.
That's just foul.
Canadian sports.
That's just foul. I mean, Tristan Thompson, we've already talked about this. Probably a decent dude, like to be friends with, but to date, definitely a fucking dog. But I mean, he got to be nice enough to her for Chloe to keep going back.
Maybe he's just a good father to True.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, now we're getting into the world of football, not American football. On PSG, at least it used to be on PSG, Mauro Icardi.
Oh,
Say you got into the NBA and your idol was LeBron James.
okay.
What he did is essentially wait for LeBron James to break up with his wife and steal his girl. Your idol, the person that mentored him.
Really? So who was this person's idol?
This player named Maxey.
Oh, I thought it was like a star.
So
So you said LeBron. I thought it was like one of the big stars.
It is a huge star. It was a huge star.
Well, I don't know footballers like that, but okay.
So Maxey left the team. He hooked up with his wife, got tattoos of the other kids' children as his stepchildren all over his body.
That's crazy.
This would be AD or Kyrie getting with Savannah and tattooing Bryce, Bronny, and Zuri.
That's crazy.
So that's the worst one so far?
Yeah, that one's pretty fucking bad.
Ooh. Okay. You probably know these players, but wouldn't know them by name. Kevin De Bruyne, a striker on Chelsea. You know the redhead homie from Belgium? It's okay. Doesn't matter. So he slept with his girlfriend's best friend. Big no-no, fellas.
Yeah.
So to get revenge, the girl slept with his goalkeeper.
Not the keeper.
And the keeper, he's one of the best keepers in the world.
She made him keep the gloves on.
So, to me, he's trash, but apparently he's nice. I mean, I feel like that's fair. Not for the goalkeeper, but the girl did the right thing.
Oh, of course. You got to get your get back. I mean, that's like petty. That's how you know that that's not a person you're supposed to be with, because pettiness is not conducive for relationships.
I don't know about all that. Okay, this one is really sick.
Okay, let's get it.
You heard of John Terry?
No.
So John Terry is a player on Chelsea. He waited until his teammate Wayne Bridge left the squad, then married his ex. Okay?
Okay.
That's fine. Not really, but in the grand scheme of things. So Wayne Bridge came back to the stadium, and before a game, he refused to shake the guy's hand who stole his wife.
Well, yeah, it's fair.
And because he snubbed him on the handshake, John Terry was the captain of the English team. The homie got left off the national team who got his wife stolen.
Damn, that's a rough couple of months for that dude. Damn, that's tough. Why are footballers grimy like that though? Because even on Ted Lasso, really? Jamie Tart had his girl. And
Keely?
Keely, and then Roy Kent swooped in, and now Jamie Tart's swooping back in.
On a player-for-player basis, they're extremely attractive.
Yeah.
They're international superstars, way more so than random NBA players.
No.
And they're just gods. This is not a cheating accusation. It's just, in my opinion, fairly nasty. Larsa Pippen is hooking up with her ex-husband's ride or die, Michael Jordan's son, Marcus, who has no accolades to his name. He's pretty busted. I don't really see the appeal. He's a billionaire, though.
I think this is a petty move because she's not with Scotty no more, and then Scotty's obviously recently been beefing with Jordan after the Last Dance. So now she's kind of like getting a little get back by messing with seemingly her ex-husband's enemy at the time's son.
Just nasty accusations.
Gross.
Despicable behavior all around.
Yeah.
And when you talk about despicable, does it get any worse than Kendrick Perkins on First Take? Or does it? I don't know.
These transitions are incredible.
Does it? Because I don't know if I disagree with Kendrick Perkins 100%.
No, I think that they both made,
You should explain everything, though.
All right, so basically, if you were tuned in to First Take the other day, what happened was that Perk was making a case. I think Perk just decided a while back that he just didn't want Jokic to win MVPs.
It's just a good hill to die on for views and to be booked on First Take all the time.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying. Like, well, first let me say, like, this was between Perk and JJ, right? Both who I think are having amazing second acts post-NBA careers like JJ's doing, killing it, podcasts and everything like that. But they're good at what they do for two completely different reasons, right? JJ, to me, he educates and Perk entertains.
So JJ's actually good at his job.
No, because I think that you have to be entertaining. You know what I mean? Stephen A happens to be both, but you have to have one of the two in order to be able to do it. Now, Perk sometimes will say things that has some insight, but then oftentimes he'll just say some shit that's controversial or funny to get a laugh or to get a rise or to go viral or something like that. And I just think that he decided a while back that Nikola Jokic doesn't deserve his MVPs, which is pretty fucking ridiculous considering what Jokic is doing and has done the past 2 years. And now he's doing it even better than the last 2 years, and his team's even better than it has been the last 2 years. So obviously he should be the front runner for MVP. But Perk has just decided that that's not the case. Anyway, I say all that to say he insinuated on First Take while he was sitting across virtually from JJ and Stephen A that voters kind of vote more towards the white player. He was kind of insinuating that because he was saying how since 1990, there's only been a few MVPs that have won the MVP and not been in the top 10 of scoring. And that was Steve Nash back in 06 and then Dirk in 07 or whatever it was, something like that. And then he was just like, well, what's the common denominator between those two guys? I'll let that marinate. And which is very clearly what he was talking about, am I right?
He also excluded players before the year 1990, where that stat would have applied to black players too.
Yeah, Magic in particular, Magic, one of the greatest ever. So anyway, he said that, and then JJ took exception to that and basically called him out on it and backed it up with a bunch of, facts that I'm not going to spew out here because if you want to watch it.
He's honestly a fucking machine.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's really fucking
He's amazing.
good.
He's so good. And he spewed out a bunch of facts about why Perk was wrong and basically called him out and said, with all due respect to First Take, that this is what's wrong with the show. You come up with these narratives to get these viral moments that are not based in reality. And the fact of the matter is what he was saying was that you can really calculate who the most valuable player is. That's where stats have gone, and it's 2023 now. Anyway, Perk was really fighting back and saying, that JJ was calling him racist and shit like that. But the fact is that he was the one who made it about race by saying, what's the common denominator between Steve Nash and Dirk and why they won the MVP. But there's just so many other guys that that could have won it. And, his argument was that Kobe Bryant deserved it over Steve Nash. How can someone who was averaging 35 points a game not win it over Steve Nash? But
they were 42 and 40.
Yeah, that's what JJ said. They were 42 and 40, and he had scrubs on his team. And he willed them to the playoffs, which is impressive. But Steve Nash was the engine on the greatest offense in the league and the number one seed in the Western Conference. So it's just silly shit that I don't necessarily think Perk meant any harm. I think he was doing his job. He was trying to entertain. He was trying to say something controversial. And then JJ, in turn, was doing his by providing the facts and creating what was a great debate. So, First Take, salute. Good job.
JJ Reddick goes on First Take and is just praised every single time. It's so easy to go on that show and call out how stupid they're being. Just no one else has the guts to do it. He's still great at his job, as I said, but it's not hard to come on there and call them both ridiculous, which is just painfully obvious.
Yeah, because I feel like on a lot of those shows, their whole shtick
They're
now.
acting.
Yeah, exactly. Their whole shtick now is saying shit that they know is going to get a rise out of people and that they know people are going to talk about and do debate in the comments. And it makes sense. We do the same shit sometimes.
I was going to say, we do the same thing on a smaller scale. We're not really trying to cause debates.
Yeah, I'll say controversial shit just to make sure that people in the comments are either calling me an idiot or agreeing with me and then arguing with each other. Either way, you're watching. You know what I mean? And I think that's their mentality. So for them, I thought it was a great debate. You know what I mean? I personally think JJ was right, and I don't think that these voters are voting for players because they're white.
Also, he hasn't won yet. There are 3 contenders, right?
Yeah.
Embiid,
Giannis could easily win.
Giannis and Jokic.
Yeah, Giannis could easily win. There's plenty of Julius Randle's in the running, if you ask me.
I mean, he could get a vote. He'll get a third place vote.
I'm joking.
No, but he will get a vote. I don't know how. You can get a third place vote.
I don't think he gets a single vote.
He'll get an all NBA vote.
Oh, he'll be all NBA, maybe third team.
Him and Brunson could both be third team.
I think Brunson.
I would cry.
Yeah, either one of them could be 13. That'd be really cool. But either way, I don't know. Stats never lie.
Deuce, YPK Raye unfortunately injured for the season.
No.
A champion, an
No.
MVP, a high flyer, an acrobat. Huge blow to the league.
Yeah.
But with that said, never fear, because Cam Wilder is his replacement.
No.
Breaking news, he is back.
Cam Wilder.
So how does that affect him and Jenna Bandy's chances for greatness for a championship? How does he stack up compared to YPK?
I don't know if he's like, I mean, I love YPK Raye's game, but Cam's really good too. So let's say if YPK is a little bit better or Cam's a little bit better, it's a push talent-wise, but Cam is far bigger than him. And I think that size is going to play a major factor going against Friga, because I thought Friga was going to walk to the finals and win everything because he was just so much bigger than everybody. And on one person who is his size, he's just not messing with him talent-wise. Cash. And respectfully, because we love Cash, but he's just really not. And but Cam is going to come through, and he's going to have Jenna as a partner, who we know Jenna's formidable as a motherfucker.
She's probably the number one lady in the tournament and potentially better than some of the guys.
Yeah.
AKA Señor Dinero.
Cash.
Dinero Sucio?
That's actually good. Dinero sucio.
So Cash's name is already like a Spanish. Cash nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Cam being in there is gonna be great, because I think now that really vaults them. I don't know if they're like all the way better than Friga and Lolo, just because Friga I still think is far better than Cam. But now that Bandy versus Lolo part is really gonna play a major role in seeing who's gonna win this whole thing.
Did we ever get YPK versus Friga this season yet? Did we?
I don't think that we were able to see them go at it. No, not one.
Because in a vacuum, I would definitely take YPK over Cam Wilder just in a game.
Yeah.
Because he tries so hard. He's explosive. He's honestly a fucking machine. He doesn't miss layups.
Yeah.
Whereas Cam, I just don't like his game style as much. But what you said really puts it into perspective. In a 2-on-2, you need the size, because Friga would be able to overpower YPK.
Yeah.
It does make for a better matchup. I feel like the difference between Friga and Cam is smaller than the difference between Jenna and Lolo.
Yeah, agreed.
And girls do run the world.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If Jenna gets hot and she's smoking Lolo, which she could easily do, then it's gonna be tough for Friga to get through that, because even if Cam has an extra foot than most of these other guys, 6 inches, 12 inches, they have extra height, he's gonna be able to contest all of Friga's shots way more. He's not gonna be able to shoot such a high percentage. He's shooting open looks every time.
Yeah, Cam can definitely defend. They played in the one-on-one Creator League, but it was the day after Cam was an absolute bloodbath, part 2, with Cash Nasty, so I can't blame him, and he still put up a decent performance.
Yeah.
Last week, you said it was going to be Friga and Lolo. Has your prediction changed on who will win the Creator League?
No, I think Friga and Lolo are still going to take it, because Friga, I think, is that much better than all the other guys. And Lolo, like I said this before, I think Lolo plays her role with Friga well.
3-and-D.
3-and-D. He commands so much attention. She just got to wait right there, shooting ready. Get that in the breadbasket, throw it up, boom, knockdown. You know.
Cam and Jenna are a threat as long as Jenna tones down the antics. When she's out here with the trash talk, I swear her game goes down. She called game when she had a game-winning shot. It looked good. They missed. It was downhill from there.
Now, would you say the same thing if she was a brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard Avril Lavigne and Tyga are together?
What?
Possibly the most random couple in the history of pop culture. But it's time that we create even more miscellaneous lovebirds, okay? I'm going to name a celebrity, and you name me the most random possible life partner for them you can think of.
Okay,
We'll do it together, though. Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
Needs to be someone with a lot of flavor, right?
Yeah, I feel like I want to give him somebody like completely opposite of him, because I want to, if
Meg the
Stallion and Michael Cera, I was going to say Rihanna. They had good chemistry, and this is the end.
Then it's not random enough.
I mean, he slapped the ass, and then she slapped the shit out of him on set. How funny is that?
Oh, really? I mean, that would be an absolutely preposterous couple.
I know, but that's a nice little
so we can go with Sarah and Rihanna.
Michael Cera and Rihanna.
Doja Cat. Boris Johnson? I feel like those are the type of people she's associated with in the past, too.
Doja Cat and...
Oh, that was it. Are you kidding me?
Boris Johnson?
Give me one more option.
No, it's fine. That's good.
Okay, Zion Williamson.
Oh,
I'll let you lead this one, but I have a few ideas.
Zion Williamson.
I feel like he's a chameleon.
It's not random enough, though. They kind of were just.
I can see him with anybody.
I was going to say Simone Biles.
Great couple.
I think it'd be a great couple. I just thought it would just like the size difference would be hilarious.
Physical would be ridiculous, but
yeah.
I mean, like Josie Altidore dated Sloane Stevens. I don't know if you know either of those players.
Josie Altidore, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he dated a small ass tennis player. Wasn't that ridiculous?
I guess that's not that crazy.
Zion Williamson. Oh, I got it. Nicole Kidman.
Okay, all right.
I'm just trying to think of. She's so skinny and little, and he's a fucking beast. Last but not least, Zendaya.
Let me see. Oh, Zendaya and
Tom Holland.
Flavor Flav.
Ooh, that's disgusting on her part. But maybe they could find true love. I wonder what he would nickname her.
Shot at Love with Zendaya and Flavor Flav.
Flavor of Love. Shot at Love is Tila Tequila.
Oh, yeah. I'm not reality god like you.
I think the winner of this was Doja Cat and Boris Johnson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Salute.
Today, me and Brody are drafting some of the most iconic sports characters from movies.
Or television.
Let's get it.
First pick. I'll take this because I doubt you're taking it.
Sure, go for it.
Because with the first pick, I don't need someone that's playing one of the professional sports. I want someone that can handle everything in the X Games. I want Otto Rocket.
Oh, damn, okay.
So versatile.
Damn, first pick, that's kind of crazy.
The show for stoners before they knew they were stoners. Saw that meme the other day.
Well, I'm going for a bona fide superstar who could do it on the field and off. Give me Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday. Willie Beeman.
Great locker room guy. I really like that for your team.
The breadbasket. The Bond Boys.
Okay. Willie Beeman. That's a good pick, you. I want Michael Irvin from The Longest Yard because he was a bona fide problem.
Oh, yeah, he was
nice. And I'm just trying to rapid fire this.
Yeah, nah,
so
this
I'll get a
was good.
random team of eclectic players, personalities, and talent.
Give me Russ Tyler from the Mighty Ducks. It's fucking knuckle puck time, stupid.
I've never known any of Keenan's characters' names besides Keenan.
Well, Russ Tyler is one of them.
That was his name?
Of course.
Interesting.
You're not a Mighty Duck, bro. You don't even fly together with me.
Give me Booby Miles from Friday Night Lights. I know he was a real player, and I'm taking him before the injury because he was the best in Texas.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to take Gary Bertier from Remember the Titans. Left side. Strong side.
Is that the one that got hurt at the end of the movie?
Yeah, he was the one who got hit by a car.
Damn, well, give me Sunshine while we're at it because I want a franchise quarterback. I need Trevor Lawrence that doesn't look like a blue avatar. So give me Sunshine. I don't even know if he was nice, but
he turned the whole season around once Rev got hurt.
But Sunshine and Booby Miles with Michael Irvin and Otto, a lot of football. I need to balance it out next.
Yeah. Give me Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot. My man was quick, and I need a little Latino representation.
And he became a pro.
And he did. He did go pro. He was in the Dodgers. He gave the thumbs up to my man Smalls in the booth.
Now, this may tank my team and the entire video. But I have to do it. I'm taking Paul Bettany in Wimbledon.
Oh!
He's a champion.
The Vision.
The All England Club.
Damn.
Wow, what a team. I got no basketball. So I guess don't take a basketball player then.
Yeah, this is my last one. Give me the Icebox. Becky O'Shea from Little Giants. She was a fucking unit. And she could cheerlead, too.
Y'all tell us who won. I don't remember who I picked, but I know it's an extremely talented group of characters. Otto Rocket? No one's going to know who that is.
Okay, another episode done for the Broadcast Boy Podcast. Make sure you tune in next week. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Find us everywhere on the internet. Scour, and make sure you show us some love. You already know what it is. All love, top to bottom. Peace.